back to my channel, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today is Foundation Friday, and we are trying the brand new foundation from Dior. It's the Forever Skin Glow foundation. I have been so busy that I did not have a chance to go get a sample, so I just ordered the whole big bad boy. So if you want to know more about that, which I think you do for all of my squad members, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. All right, so this foundation I literally just got a few days ago, so I've only had a chance to wear this about 2 times. You know how I feel about first impressions. So bear with me here. This has not been worn for very long. I just applied it, just making sure that I knew the texture and best ways and practices to wear it, you know, on the skin without a primer or with a primer. So bear with me here, and I'm hopefully you're going to be along for the ride, because at the end of this we are doing a giveaway, especially from me. All right, you ready? Let's do it. I have gotten so many questions about this foundation. I'm in color 2W0 or 2WO, I'm not quite sure. But again, this is the Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation. I did order it from Sephora, came pretty quickly, and I'll tell you a little bit about this foundation. And you all want to be making sure that you catch up with me on Foundation Fridays, because I have one of the most requested foundations coming up the week of Green, Clean, Healthy Week. All right, so this foundation is $52. Yes, it is Dior. We are a little pricey on that end. And it says it's a medium to full coverage foundation that remains flawless for up to 24 hours. It has a radiant finish. The coverage they do say is medium, finish is radiant. And basically how they use it, it says begin by patting a small amount onto the zones that you need more concealed, then blend. If you would like for complete uniform coverage over the entire face, apply the formula with a foundation brush. The formula wears for up to 24 hours, meaning you won't need touch-ups throughout the day. So we are going to test that out for sure. The ingredients, it's Dior, you know, love them or hate them, they're not amazing, okay? The color selection is favored heavy in the light to medium range. All right, so you have to shake this foundation. A little bit goes a long way. What this foundation reminds me of is the Hourglass foundation that just launched, but it's the radiant version or the glowier version, okay? That's why it kind of caught my eye, besides everybody asking. This foundation, for me, does not need a primer, okay? This is enough coverage and enough going on without a primer. Also, you want to make sure that you apply very little. You want to start out with 1 pump, okay? That is 1 pump, all right? We are going to take a beauty blender. When I used a sponge, it was a whole lot of mess, to be honest with you, because this foundation is very full coverage, and I wanted to shear it out just a little bit. Now, if you are more oily to combination, I would recommend you getting this foundation, but using your primers as you normally would, but then using a brush to apply it. I know a lot of my squad members actually really enjoy wearing a glowier foundation if they are more oily, because they love that glow. So this might be something you can pick up, but just know that that light is coming right in on me. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. All right, so just know that this is a radiant finish, but it will, as so many others, especially nowadays, these foundations, they will mimic what you have on. So I have hydrated my face, as I normally do. All right, so let's get to applying more, and I will scoot you in 1 second. By the way, this color is definitely going to be more for summer for me. It is dark. I hate picking out foundations online. That's why I wanted to go into Sephora. I also pull this under my eye because it is such a full coverage that I'm trying to see if I can wear less, you know, concealer and all that good stuff. I apply it all over my eyes because it is a 24-hour coverage, and so you know that it's already going to be long wearing, and you want to make sure that. And then you also can wear that as a primer because it is long wearing. All right. I would have definitely gotten probably a step or 2 down in color, but that's okay. You know, if you guys get a foundation that's the wrong color, you can always mix it, or you can, you know, lighten it up with a little bit of concealer throughout the middle of the face, because I'm definitely having to apply this down the neck for sure. But again, it being a long wearing foundation, it has a self-setting technique in it, or mechanism in it, so it will not get on your clothes. All right. It's a super easy foundation to apply. Super, super easy. And it goes on over the nose so gorgeously. Let me scoot you in. Oh, hey. Super up close and personal. Here we are. Now, this is what the only thing I disagree with is I absolutely think you could spot conceal, but you see how my pigmentation still is coming through on the sides? Doesn't bother me, but it's not a full coverage to the point that you would feel uncomfortable. I would agree that it is more of a medium coverage. So here we are. So what I'm gonna do is I do set this foundation. You can tell that it is very glowy. It's more healthy looking in my opinion than overly glowy, but again, it is very luminous, which is obviously the claims of the foundation. So, and it feels really weightless on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It has no real scent to it, which I really like. It doesn't have like that typical Dior scent to it, so it's not overwhelming or anything like that. I don't really actually smell anything, to be honest with you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go finish my makeup, and then I'm gonna show you in natural light. All right, love, so here we are in natural light with everything on. The only thing I use to set this is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Powder. I tried something a little bit more matte, and it was too matte. It still didn't give me that kind of glow that I wanted. So I found that something like that type of powder is the best fit for somebody that is normal to dry. Now, if you are more oily, go ahead and feel free to set this with a little bit more of a matte, matte finish powder. But look how good this looks, y'all. It feels weightless. It feels so good on the skin. I think it looks immaculate. It's really hidden some of my imperfections on my forehead. And I definitely think I could have built this up if I really wanted to with like a little bit more on my finger. But it's really great on the nose. I just put a little concealer under the eyes and the color looks pretty darn good to me. Again, in the summer, I usually use self-tanner. So that's way it will definitely blend a little bit more. And usually right about now, I do start to get foundations that are a little bit darker so that I have them for the summer. But here it is, glowy, dewy, amazing, healthy looking. And it's kind of that foundation for me that gives me that hourglass powder look without using the ambient lighting powders that I absolutely love. So I think so far so good, really enjoying it, and I'll see y'all in a few hours. Bye. All right, so trying to catch the last moments of light. We are 4 hours in and here we are. This is what it looks like. It really hasn't budged. It looks no different than it did 4 hours ago. It turned out amazing, I think. I think that it's lasted a really long time, but we're gonna give this a whole night's wear. So I am going to definitely be checking back in with you and showing you what I look like in a few hours. By the way, when I use this foundation, do not use a blush with any kind of shift to it, any kind of luminosity to it. I used a matte blush by Tarte in Exposed because before when I wore it, I mean, it just was really, really glowy with a glowy blush. It was like glowy on glowy and glowy. So just an FYI, if you are more dry to normal, you can maybe use one, but I would say try to stick with a more, sorry, my cat, more matte blush, and as well, if you are more oily, combination matte blush, for sure, for sure. All right, everybody, I'll see you later. All right, loves, we are a total of 12 hours of wear. I'm sorry I couldn't do a 24-hour test, but that would mean that I have to sleep in my makeup, and we don't do that in this squad. But overall, this is what it looks like. I mean, it has held up so well. I mean, even on my nose. Now, it is starting to look a little bit cakey through here over time. That's the only thing I've kind of noticed with this foundation is the longer you wear it. Now, not at 8 hours or 9 hours, but like at, 10, 11, 12 hours, it starts to kind of just start to coagulate and look a little bit cakey through here. So what I would do is I would hit it with rehydrating spray and bounce my beauty blender, and then it would be good to go. Overall, this foundation is really good. If you don't care about ingredients and you just care about performance, this is something that I definitely think that you should check out for sure. I think it's great for all skin types, even if you are oily. I would really hesitate to say that it wouldn't be good for you. Honestly, I think that you should try it, get a sample for sure, because it is expensive foundation. So get a sample for sure, try it out. It just is weightless on the skin. It wears a really long time, especially for those of you that have a really long day. This might be your holy grail. It doesn't like sink into fine lines. Honestly, it really doesn't. It's just so lightweight and airy, but yet gives you an incredible coverage. What I might do is I might actually go through this area again, like I said, kind of maybe put a little Hourglass powder over it. But overall, all in all, man, it's just one of the better performing foundations that I've seen in a little while, for sure. Again, if you don't mind the ingredients, this might be for you. But through 12 hours of wear, we are good to go. This probably would last another good 3-4 hours. And it doesn't even get more dewy as you wear it. I mean, look, it doesn't, I mean, maybe a little bit right here, but that's really it. It doesn't like get extremely oily or shiny. So well done, Dior. I think this is a fantastic foundation. It's a fantastic answer to their matte foundation. I do have a Foundation Friday on that if you want to check that out. That's definitely more for people that are actually truly oily or truly combination, not so much for drier skin types, but it is basically the same consistency of that. This is the more glowy or hydrating foundation than that one. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah. Bye, loves.